James Thomas Morning Blend. It is July. I'm here today with Chris Wolsey, who is with Crackle. We're going to talk about what's happening in July. Other than that, first, happy birthday to you in America. We're past the 4th of July, thank God. Unfortunate events during the 4th of July, but that's another story. Definitely. Yeah. So what can we expect? What's coming to Crackle in July?
Well, we want to get the summer season started off with a bang. So we know that, everybody can use some extra laughs nowadays. And so we have an amazing Crackle original series called Funny Girls, which is a sketch comedy gem from New Zealand about a bunch of gals that are putting on a sketch comedy show. And this is a series with Rose Matafeo, who you might know from HBO's Starstruck. Also, Jackie Van Beek from What We Do in the Shadows. Nick Sampson from the Brokenwood Mysteries. So there's a lot of kind of the BBC and up and coming just comedy stars in this series. It's really good stuff. And in a time when a lot of people think that sketch comedy is kind of fading, I got to tell you, this little gem from New Zealand is bringing it right into the spotlight. Really, really funny stuff.
It sounds like it. So are you still doing a Life in 10 Pictures?
That we are. So every month we're going to have a new episode of A Life in 10 Pictures. And again, James, just to remind your audience, that is our exclusive series that tells the life of a different iconic entertainer through the 10 most important photos of them ever taken. And this month we've got a great new episode chronicling the life of Tupac Shakur. And I got to tell you, it's spectacular. The whole series is great, but specifically Tupac. He made such an impact on American culture and the music industry, and unfortunately was taken from the world way too soon. But it's a fascinating journey through that young man's life.
Definitely, he was a great poet at his time. Presented it in rap, and it was just, I still consider him the greatest poet there is for this time anyway. So what spotlight titles and movies do you have for us this month?
Oh, we've got a bunch of great Hollywood blockbusters. This month, just to keep the laughs rolling, we've got Horrible Bosses 2 with Jason Bateman and Jason Sudeikis. All the best Jasons are in that film. Really funny stuff. Answers all the unanswered questions from Horrible Bosses 1, and just keeps the laughs coming. Really good stuff. But just in case you're looking for some chills in the heat of summer, we also have Resident Evil with Mila Jovovich, the one that started the whole franchise. So if you're looking for a little zombie extravaganza, Crackle's got you covered. But tons of star-studded films. We've got Locke with Tom Hardy, Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal, and then just to round it out again with the laughs, we've got Real Husbands of Hollywood with Kevin Hart, Nick Cannon, and a bunch of their friends. It is hysterically funny if you're a Kevin Hart fan.
Hey, I can imagine Kevin is hysterically funny. So yeah. What about the Crackle channels?
Yep. So, we know that during the summer, a lot of people are traveling. And so we want to put whatever incident might happen in your family vacation into perspective with the Don't Go in the Water channel. So these are some of the classic horror and disaster movies dealing with water. So we've got Croczilla, the classic. We've got Piranha. We have Shark Lake with Dolph Lundgren. Now, James, I don't know if everybody knows Dolph Lundgren, obviously, from Rocky IV, one of the greatest villains in that franchise. But Dolph Lundgren is actually a brilliant individual. Did you know that he is a Fulbright scholar?
No, I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Yep, he's a Fulbright scholar. He also has his master's degree in chemical engineering from the University of Sydney. Who knew?
Wow. Who knew? Who
So you
knew?
watch Crackle, the more you know. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But and then everything right now. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's so much interest in '80s retro culture.
Right.
Tons of bands, all those great '80s bands are touring now. Tons of the movies are getting remakes. Obviously, Top Gun recently. So Crackle's jumping on that bandwagon, and we've got the '80s channel for you this month. So we've got tons and tons of your favorite '80s titles. Just a few. We've got The Principal with James Belushi and Lou Gossett Jr. I'm not even sure there was a movie made in the '80s that didn't star Lou Gossett Jr. I mean, he was one of my absolute faves. With Quicksilver with Kevin Bacon, one of the best bicycling, maybe one of the only bicycling movies ever made, but it's phenomenal. And then just to keep things current, we've got Private Resort with Johnny Depp.
Man, you got a great lineup, man.
That we do. And remember, on Crackle, James, it's always free, so watch all you want.
Definitely. We're talking with Chris Rosalie, talking about what's going on in July on Crackle. Make sure you got to check it out. I'm looking forward to seeing The Funny Girls. I also want to see Horrible Bosses too. I got to see that. Want to see Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal. Shark Lake with Dolph Lundgren, and of course, Quicksilver with Kevin Bacon is a classic. I'm definitely going to check that out. Chris, thank you again for joining us on Morning Blend and talking about what's going on Crackle in July.
James, it's always a pleasure. I look forward to next month.